So for this reading, we're going to be looking into black magic and spiritual warfare and the things that may have gone in your life, how to deal with them, and some messages you need to hear regarding them. Stop! So, thank you guys so much for whatever support you send this way, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, leaving timestamps, donations, hitting that little super thanks button. Do it more, because every time you do that, it really does help me out so much more than you think. It helps me to be able to increase my views, and it helps to spread these messages to other people who need to hear them as well. Plus, it really helps me to be able to take care of myself while I'm here to take care of everybody else. So thank you. A four-leaf clover for good luck. Praying mantis. Beautiful flower. And this jar of rocks, most of which are clear quartz, which are extremely good for protection, especially from black magic or spiritual warfare. They're also very good at enhancing the powers of the other stones that are around them as well. Dalmatian stone could be something that would help people in this pile, as well as aquamarine or jade. Another good stone for you at this time is lapis lazuli. It will help you to ensure that the messages that you're receiving are coming from the source. A lot of you could have been dealing with issues regarding your heart, issues with loving in a very unconditional manner, allowing yourself to be the light that you are in this world. A lot of you could have had trouble listening to the incoming messages as well and sorting out what was truth and what was illusion. Another stone that would help you is obsidian, or what is the name of that other one? Apache tears would be a good one too as well. So there's definitely been some things to affect your luck or the abundance or growth that you experience in your life. Maybe even to disrupt your prayer life in some way or your meditation life in some way. Prayer and meditation is going to be something that is going to help you more than just about anything else when it comes to these situations that you're dealing with. So remember to take care of that part of yourself. There could have also been an energy of shame kind of coming your way, or guilt. There could have been something that was making you afraid in some way of doing what you want to do, or acting on your passions or your desires in some way. There could have even been something in dealing with your sex life as well. Your vision and your discernment, the day's eye, possibly even your ability to see things before they happen could have been very affected by some of the black magic coming your way. Scorpio, death, sex, taxes, mystery, hidden in the shadows. Cold-blooded, somebody is extremely cold-blooded. This would be somebody that has a lot more emotions than they show on the surface. And a lot of those emotions may actually be jealousy or anger as well. 3, 2, 1, fight. Ding, ding, ding. So somebody could have been trying to cause fights, arguments, chaos, drama in your life. Somebody could have even been trying to win a fight in some sort of way. Somebody may have felt like they could come up against you in some way. Although I feel like everybody who has tried has definitely been defeated along the way. You are doing an amazing job. So this could also be affecting your ability to see just how awesome you're doing at this time, or just how amazing the work that you are putting out is.
Don't worry about it, babe. I love you.
Okay, love you too. This could have been affecting your confidence while you're speaking as well, especially when you're trying to speak from the heart. You could have been having moments where all of a sudden you were completely tongue-tied and like, I don't even know what to say. Don't know what to do in this situation. And that confusion is something that has been sent your way by certain people. especially since they're trying to cause that fight energy. Because what pulls people out of that fight energy better than anything else? Being able to communicate confidently from your heart. And once you lose that ability to be able to communicate confidently from your heart, there's problems, drama, chaos, fights, arguments. Everybody is busy trying to prove their point or stand behind their position instead of trying to listen and come to an agreement or a compromise in some way. So your ability to be able to debate, or your ability to be able to compromise, your ability to be able to bring fights to a close, your ability to be able to communicate from your heart, it's a mystery. Why me? I loved her Monday. I loved her yesterday. I thought that she'd come back to me. Why me? So Why Me by Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. So somebody could actually be using voodoo as well in some way against you. It could be a very ritualistic type of magic that somebody's using. More money, same problems. Less money, same problems. I feel like there has been a very serious energy of problems in your life regarding everything. And it doesn't matter what you try to do, it seems like the problems are endless, never ending. Oh, I was so gonna go play those things yesterday at the park. In order to cool it down in here, I had to turn on the air a little bit, and then everything is flying around. Jeez. If it's not one problem, it's another problem. Exactly, see? It may seem like everything that you're doing, there's always something as well that has been playing certain types of music around you too, to drop you back down into lower vibrational energy. And you know what? Funny is that it's going to them as well. Virgo. Worrying about every situation, kind of falling away in some way. Yeah, your faith falling away, especially in many areas possibly. Earth Angel 1188, you may be having a very hard time manifesting money, or manifesting changes or shifts, or manifesting peace and compromise. You may be having a really hard time connecting with your children or with your parents. And this could be something that is caused by spiritual warfare as well. You've been doing an amazing job to transform the situations around you, to transmute the energy, to break free of anything that has been weighing you down or holding you back. And I feel like a lot of these energies have just been grabbing a hold of you and like sinking their fingers in. New ideas. This could be affecting your new ideas. This could be affecting your abundance for damn sure. Your inspirations. It could be affecting how much you give when it comes to certain situations or people as well, because it may be once again putting you in that worried, fearful, anxious, lack mindset, instead of, if I give this right now, it's going to come back to me and everything's going to be just fine and I'm not going to have to worry about it. So that could definitely be one area where it's really affecting you too. It's keeping you from being able to see the good in certain situations as well. And it's keeping you from being able to water and nurture and grow those things in your life that bring luck, blessings, abundance, and beauty to your world. It could be making it very hard for you to be able to break out of the box as well. And it could be putting a damper on your happiness. It's kind of like you're walking around going, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Walking on sunshine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't it feel good? And then all of a sudden you're walking around going, the sky is crying. Can't you see them tears roll down the street? And it's just like all of a sudden this cloud of depression hits you, or this cloud of anxiety hits you out of nowhere, and you have no idea where it came from. All of these are things that you have worked on to break the cycles, to break the chains, to free yourself from. And they are coming back at you in ways at certain time periods where it's really raining on your parade in some way. You've been achieving a lot. You've been succeeding a lot. You've been really, those seeds that you've planted have been starting to burst into life. And there's been a lot of fertility, growth, and abundance in your life, because regardless of whether or not they've tried to stop it, they have not been able to. But now that it's getting towards that final door that you're opening there, and everything's getting ready to ripen and ready to bring forth a whole new chapter of your life, really, it's like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that has increased tenfold. Remember your prayers, remember your manifestation, remember your manifestation rituals, your meditation rituals. Remember to take and use that good energy that you have to fuel and boost your life around you and the lives of others around you. And as you do that, when you feel like, hey, I should give this to this person, or hey, this is my opportunity to be a blessing in someone's life, it's time to act on that. Act on it. Don't hold back from it. And remember that that is your test in that moment in time, on whether or not you're going to do right with what you have in front of you, on whether or not you believe you have enough to allow that flow to be open. Because we block that flow when we are refusing to give, or when we are refusing to receive. We block that flow. And so it's time to really allow that flow to be very free flowing around you. Yeah, the peace that you're trying to create in certain situations is definitely something that somebody is trying to block. And this could definitely be peace between yourself and a child, or peace between yourself and a parent. This could be peace in general within your soul, within your heart, within your mind. Peace on the reality you see in the world around you. And freedom in your money, freedom in your finances, the freedom to do what you want to do, go where you want to go, be who you want to be. There could also be something here about hiding some sort of abundance, or hiding some sort of money, hiding something that is yours. And a lot of the reason why somebody may be doing this is to cause fights as well, to cause arguments, to cause drama or chaos or conflict in your life. Somebody wants you to think that you're doing a terrible job, and that nothing that you're working on is progressing or bringing anything good into your life. But you're being asked to focus on how free-flying you are, how free-flowing you are, how free-flowing the energy around you is. Focus on what happens when you behave in a certain way, and what happens when you behave in another way. Which way is the better way? What way works better to achieve your goals and to bring in that abundance and that growth? The Page of Swords, the Empress, the Artist, and, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Pistols. There could definitely be somebody younger than you as well. Somebody that aspires to be everything you already are, or somebody that is very inspired by your artwork. I've been kissed by the rose on the grave. The light that you shine can be seen. So somebody was also trying to kind of darken the light that you shine, dim it, put a shadow over it, cast a shadow over it. Somebody may have also been trying to make whatever it is that you do, or whoever it is that you are, seem like it was evil in some sort of way, seem like it was bad in some sort of way. Somebody may have been trying to make you look like a bad mother, make you feel like a bad mother. Somebody could have been trying to make you look like or feel like a bad child. Somebody could be very envious or jealous of some sort of skill set that you have. And you know what? It's not something that you just instantly were born with. Yeah, sure. You might have a bit of an extra talent in that area. But when it comes to things like that, it is the hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of fucking work you put in to increase your skill level, to increase your knowledge, to increase your understanding and your wisdom of what you're working with and how you're working it and what it creates. It's not just something that automatically just falls in your lap. So sitting there and being jealous and envious of it is stupid anyway. Because if they wanted to be able to hone and increase those skills within themselves, they could at any time. They just choose not to. And when they choose not to, they can't really blame anybody but themselves, because they are the one blocking that energy in their life. Somebody could have been trying to shift your image in some way as well. Somebody could really judge the clothes you wear, or the hair you decide to have, or the colors you decide to wear, the styles you decide to wear. Somebody could be very bitter about that, very judgmental about that. And deep down inside, somebody may actually want to express themselves more fully like that, but they don't feel right doing so because they feel very ashamed of that energy. They feel very ashamed of their desire to even want to dress like that or be like that in any kind of way. Their desire to want that freedom and that ability to do what they want, be who they want, feel how they want. And so instead of doing, they hate those things in other people's lives and judge those things in other people's lives because it's a projection of how they would feel about themselves if they chose to live their life in that way. So projections is definitely a very strong form of that energy. And it can kind of creep in and tangle up in everything, causing decay. Somebody wants complete and total control over you in some sort of way. This could be somebody who feels like you're extremely impulsive. They may feel like you're extremely impulsive, extremely free-flowing, untamable. Like you're somebody that cannot be told what to do, somebody that cannot be forced into doing something that they don't want to do. You're somebody who's going to do what you want to do. You're going to go where you want to go. You're going to be who you want to be. And this person cannot handle that. This person has a really hard time with control issues and letting people just live their life. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, and this person is also an extremely strong people pleaser. Somebody that is busy everything they can to make others happy instead of doing what they want to be doing in their own life. And this is also somebody who puts in an extreme amount of work to bring somebody else abundance. And so they don't want you to be a boss or to be in charge in any kind of way. They don't want you to be making your own money. They don't want you to have to not answer to somebody. They don't want you to not have to please everybody around you or to get down on your knees and kiss people's asses. Because this person does this regularly in their life, and they have always felt like this was a sacrifice that had to be made. There was no other way to do it. And you came along and showed them that, hey, I'm not going to put up with a damn thing these motherfuckers are doing. There ain't no motherfucking way. It ain't going to happen. And they're like, oh, wait, there's another way? I can't handle that reality. So I have to make sure that reality doesn't exist by destroying this person's goals or dreams or the path that they're taking. They cannot get to fruition, because if they do, then that means that this entire time I have been living this life that I did not have to live because I told myself that there was no other way to do it. And because I just wasn't strong enough or courageous enough or whatever enough to be able to step out there and do things a different way, that I was too busy focusing on that instant gratification or that money quickly instead of actually putting the time, the effort, the energy, the commitment, the loyalty, the stability and strength into what I wanted to create and creating something of my own. This person definitely did not want you to see your skills. They did not want you to know how much power you had. And especially when that comes to foresight as well, you might have actually caught on to a lot of these things before they ever happened. And this person certainly did not want you to know that. They did not want you to see that. They did not want you to think that there was some possibility or way that you were actually right, because they wanted you to feel like you were wrong in every situation. They wanted you to feel like you were crazy. Gaslighting, manipulating, controlling the situation in those ways is a very strong form of spiritual warfare. It's a very strong form of black magic. Words are very powerful, and when somebody is constantly telling you every day the opposite of what is true, you start to question your own sanity. You start to question your own mind. You start to question your own life, and you start to wonder if they're actually right and if you're just fucking nuts. So that is a lot of what this collective has been really having coming their way. Trust your intuition. Trust the knowledge that you hold within, because you know what's real and what is not real. And your own rituals, your cleansings, your prayers, your meditations, your manifestation sessions, whatever you happen to do for that, that is very powerful as well. Have faith, trust, and belief in those things. Place it in those things. Step out of that fear mode. Step out of that overthinking mode. Step out of that energy of having to constantly worry whether or not these people are going to succeed. Because if you give them that faith, instead of giving yourself and the power within you and the power of your source, that power, your mind's a fucking amazing thing. Because if you give them that power over you and your life, that's exactly what you're going to manifest into your life. But if you take that power away, call it back home to you, call your energy back home to you, and you focus on all the hard work that you're doing and everything that you're creating, how beautiful it is, how amazing it is, all the gratitude you have within yourself for everything that is flowing freely and flowing right in your life, the abundance, luck, good fortune that is on your side. If you start to focus on those things, believe in those things, open your hands to receive those things, that's what you're going to manifest into your life, because your faith is placed on that higher power. It's placed on that higher energy. It's amazing what our minds can do to our worlds if we let them. So at this current moment, I've been working, and then other thing come up. It's hard to come up with that for it. So at this current moment, I'm trying to make $30 to pay so that I don't lose my RV and everything in it. I've already lost enough the last couple of years. The universe is going to make sure that I don't lose that. But the way they do that too is by you voicing those things, not just keeping them to yourself, you know. How can anyone help you with those of your needs you won't mention because you got too much pride? Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So call on me, brother, when you need a hand. 444. We all need somebody to lean on. That could also be something that's going on right now too. You may have a very hard time reaching out and asking for help. You may feel like no matter who you asked, no matter where you put that call for help, no matter how you asked or what SOS you sent out, there would be nobody there ever in a million years. And that may be stopping you from putting your voice out there. Or you may be worried or constantly thinking about what others think about you when it comes to doing that. And you know how when people put those posts on Facebook and they're like, hey guys, I'm feeling really depressed today and I'm just looking for somebody to fucking tell me something about how amazing I am and why I should stay in this world or some shit. And then you got everybody else going, oh, they're just over there attention seeking. No, motherfucker. They're at the end of their fucking rope and they're reaching out for some fucking human contact and for some fucking compassion and empathy. So you know what? Don't worry about the couple people that are going to feel that way or act that way, because the rest of us out here are looking at that person like, you're a fucking asshole. What the hell is wrong with you? Or those ones that say something really fucked up like, yeah, you should just go jump off the Golden Gate Bridge because you know what? The whole world would be so much better without you. You know there's going to be those assholes like that. And you know what? If somebody said that on my post, I would fucking rip them a new one and then I'd block them. And that's all that needs to be done with that. I don't need to fucking carry that with me. I don't need to believe in that myself. I don't need to make that my world and my reality. Hell no. Because that's not okay. I'm going to set this down for just a second, guys, so that I can get it kind of cooled down a little bit. I got some ice in my cup today, so that's helping me cool my stuff down. So, definitely, there could be people that are keeping you from feeling like you can reach out for help, or from feeling like anybody would be there if you did reach out for help. So you could be really having a hard time expressing yourself, or having a hard time speaking your truth, or having a hard time reaching out when you feel like you need to. It really is time to just take that first step. When you're scared, do it anyway. You know what? Recently, I actually asked the first stranger that I've asked the entire 3 years I've been out here. Yeah, and I was really worried about doing it. But here's the thing. I was very pleasantly surprised. And you need to be pleasantly surprised, because the things that you're very pleasantly surprised. And you need to be pleasantly surprised because the things that you're thinking on that front from the higher realms. It is something that is called pride or ego or fear that is blocking you from being able to express it when you need something, or reaching out when you need something. Keeping you from seeing the beauty in front of you, when really there is a lot of it. Envision your dreams coming true. It's time to manifest your desires. It's time to manifest your desires. Release the outcome. Things may come differently than you expect them to. Everything is working out for your highest good. Be happy in this moment. Dream big and believe in your deepest desires. Believe that they can be fulfilled. You have everything that you need within yourself to co-create the world that you desire. Listen to your intuition and trust that it won't lead you astray. Clear away any mental chatter and find your peace and calm within your thoughts. Trust in the plan and know that everything will happen according to divine timing. 12/2/19. Demons, Jacob Lee. I thought my demons were almost defeated. Then you took their side and you pulled them to freedom. They know my secrets and won't let me go. So, what's funny? When it comes to helping people, or when it comes to being around people, and everybody's like, oh, run away from everybody who has any red flag. Run away from anybody who has any shadow or any darkness within them. Love your shadow. Love your darkness inside yourself. If it in anybody else, God forbid you actually love a person who has shadow or darkness within them, like every motherfucker on this planet does. Do you want to be alone for the rest of your motherfucking life? Because if you keep listening to those practitioners who tell you that shit and help you to manifest loneliness and a fucking empty life with no one to share it with, that's what they're fucking manifesting into your world with those words. I thought my demons were almost defeated. Then you took their side and you pulled them to freedom. What helps you heal more than anything in this world when you're in that misery, darkness, despair, hate, anger, envy, jealousy, rage, whatever? Somebody going, hey, I know how that feels. And it's okay, you know? We all do something stupid once in a while. We all feel feelings. And sometimes we all act on those feelings in a fucked up manner. But at the end of the day, if you can forgive everybody who has hurt you, then why can't you forgive you too? Because until you forgive you, you won't fully forgive any of those other people either. Because you will always judge yourself 10 times more harshly than you judge anybody. All the people that you're judging. And look at yourself. Why haven't you healed? Because you're busy judging everyone else, which means you're judging yourself, number one, in that mirror, harder than you ever will anybody outside of yourself. That's the way it is. And then you're walking on pins and needles because you're like, I can't fuck up, because if I fuck up, it's the worst thing in the whole world. And oh shit, I failed. Now there's nothing left. It's miserable and I'm just gonna die in this gutter. Instead of, I love myself. And it's okay that it didn't work out this time. So yeah, it's definitely a lot going on in that spiritual realm and within that black magic. To cause you to not trust yourself at all. To cause you to not trust your purest desires. Because your purest desires, as the earth angel that you are, is not to turn away from the darkness or the shadows or the fallen angels or the whatever else, but it's to embrace them and love them into life and light and beauty and abundance. To throw some fucking fertilizer on that garden and watch it burst into fucking life. And you can't do that if you decided that garden is sick and decaying and it only ever grows weeds and I'm never going to be able to grow a single thing in it. If you feel that way, then that's what you're going to grow in your world. If you feel like this world is disgusting, awful, horrible, and everything in it sucks, what do you think you're manifesting into your fucking world? That's what you're manifesting. A full-on drought with despair and worry and depression. And others, yes, can spread that energy as quickly as you can spread that energy. Which is why it's so important to take care of yourself, take time for rest, self-care, space. Allow yourself that time to heal and to grow and to love you. And at the same time, that doesn't mean that you don't love everybody else. You still love everybody else. You just love you too. And you create a balance. When you first start loving yourself and you haven't loved yourself for a really long time, guess what? Generally, it's really hard to do. And you also veer fully into that opposite extreme where you don't love nobody else. Nobody else. Because guess what? I haven't loved me for a fucking million years. I'm going to fucking love me. And that requires me to not love one of you guys, to drop every one of you motherfuckers and to walk the other way. And then you go, wait a second here. Wait a second. I can love me and I can love others. And I can create a balance of that. I can give time, energy, and effort to each of these situations and people in my life. And quality time, it doesn't have to be all the time, but quality time when you do have that time. And then I can give some quality time and care and attention to me too. And then I'm still feeling good. So it wasn't actually the other people making me feel like shit, it was myself. Because I was allowing myself to be constantly available, constantly there, constantly taking care of everyone, but not wanting you to strive to prove yourself, wanting you to be in an energy of feeling like you don't do enough, feeling like you don't care enough, feeling like you aren't giving enough. That way you start over-giving, over-loving. That way you start falling apart in a lot of ways in your own life. Security, fulfillment, forward motion, clarity, perseverance, priority, high vibrations, self-esteem, self-confidence, happiness, care, communication, peace, love, commitment, empathy, compassion, courageous, acceptance, fearless, openness, honesty, future hopes, team awesome dreams, loyalty, closeness, awesomeness, a little bit of crazy, dreams, passion, honest feelings, equality, pursuit, effectiveness, restfulness, purpose. So there could also be somebody, 9-4-18, there could also be somebody around you that is, one of those types of people that they're with somebody and then when they're not with them, they absolutely hate them. But they love them when they're with them and then they absolutely hate them when they're not. And vice versa. They feel like if you have walked away from anybody or if you have ended a relationship in any way, you should automatically hate them. You can't just walk away in peace. You can't just walk away and love the other person. And if you love somebody, you're still stuck on them. You can love somebody and not want to be with them as a partner. So right now you are getting ready to go into a stage 22 where you are manifesting peace, abundance, happiness, joy, compromise, where you are manifesting a lot of goodness into your life, especially your love life, especially your love connections in general. There may be people that are like, you can't love more than one person ever. I'm going to stay stuck on this one person forever because I'll never be able to love anybody as much as I loved them. And then you get stuck into that down energy, that lower vibrational energy, but they really do feel like that is true. That they also don't feel like it's as deep of a love or as deep of a connection if there isn't that, if they died, I'm just going to commit suicide. And you know what? It can be plenty deep with feeling like your entire fucking world would be completely ruined and destroyed if that person ceases to exist today. That is a very, 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 very strongly codependent energy there. You are addicted to your partner. If your partner disappears and now you feel like you need to kill yourself and that your whole life means nothing because they're gone and they were everything in your life. Yeah, that's a drug. That's not a partner. That's not a healthy connection. That's not a healthy relationship. But that doesn't mean that people won't try to convince you that that's what a relationship should be. To convince you that that's what a relationship should be. So there could also be some sort of black magic or spiritual warfare coming your way as well to fill you with that codependent energy, to fill you with that obsessive energy. For some of you, I just heard that if somebody was trying to send that obsessive energy your way, it's backfiring and they are the one who is growing this obsession because you are not becoming obsessed with them in whatever way they're trying to push you to be obsessed with them. Some of them could be breadcrumbing or ghosting. Some of them could be spending all their time with other people, or maybe even completely ignoring you when you're talking to them in a group of people, and then honing in and listening to somebody else that's talking to them, especially if it's the same sex as you. And so they could be trying to get you to cling on to them and develop that needy, greedy, clingy type of energy towards them. But all it's doing is instilling it within them because they can't understand why you are able to resist that, or why you don't fall into that same trap, or why it's not working on you, or why you have such strong willpower. Some of them could be really admiring your brain, or the way that you think, or the way that you're able to figure things out so easily, or the way that you are able to not attach your self-esteem and self-confidence to outside validation in that way. You know the answers that you seek. Somebody could have been trying to cause you to be jealous as well. Look within you, not without. Give anxiety a rest and meditate and pray. Find your peace, your center, and ground yourself. You will need all of your wits and strength for the next part of this journey. So you are definitely going to need full mental clarity when it comes to moving forward. So taking some time for you is going to be very important. Taking a spiritual bath would be a very good idea as well. There's some things that you can throw in there that will really help. Lavender, sage, rosemary. And once again, with the crystals, they also work extremely well being thrown in the bathtub with you. Plus, you can cleanse them at the same time. Also praying over the bath water, asking for it to be blessed, asking for it to cleanse you, asking for it to wash away all that lower vibrational energy, to remove anything that is toxic or impure from your system, from your body, mind, soul, heart. Some candlelight during that is really nice too. And it also just gives you some time to relax and to have that space and to de-stress. You can also meditate while you're doing that as well, and allow all of your muscles to relax, allow all of that to wash away and fall off, and allow it to just be removed because it's no longer needed, and flush down that fucking drain when you're done. Okay. With everything happening today, you never know whether you're coming or going. On your way, life lined up in a mirror, don't blow it. You're looking at me, you're seeing through you. Although I see myself. So, there may also be somebody trying to cause you to feel like something you when something is actually them. 2 crowns per throne, 44. Hi, Amy Lynn. Nice to see you guys, or see you. By the way, if anybody wants to be able to purchase a question, I'm probably going to be ending it after this section of messages, unless somebody ends up making a purchase before I go. So I'm probably going to be on here for about another 10 to 15 minutes, unless somebody does. 2 crowns per throne. Who can stand tall through it all? Who deserves to win this crown, the king of crazy town? Boring is not the word for my life. At times there's a lot of chaos and strife. An emotional roller coaster as exciting as any action movie poster. Extreme lows and extreme highs too. I healed my wings and I flew. No more box for me. I'm ready to fly free. Who's coming with me? Your will is free. 4/24/22. Oh, today is your birthday. That is so awesome. Happy birthday. Oh. So, it's my party. I can cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Ba 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 ba. You might feel like everything's going to turn out absolutely horrible today, and you might be having a lot of an emotional time dealing with it too. But I feel like by the end of the day, you're going to be feeling very happy, joyful. You're going to feel like you can just play and relax and have some fun and enjoy life. You're going to be feeling very at peace with how things have gone today. By the end of the day, there's definitely going to be something that's going to be very amazing gift coming into your life today. You may even start up something new with somebody, but you're going to have to remember to allow things to be what they are in the moment. Let things be, what they are. And don't worry about whether or not it's going to last forever or whether or not it's just something temporary. Just enjoy yourself and enjoy what the day has to offer. And that's going to be coming back to you in that experience as well. So definitely enjoy your birthday. I love you.
I love you too. I'm going to go walk up to this kid's door real quick.
Okay. So, you may actually be experiencing some tests from other people, or you may be throwing some tests out there yourself as well at this time. When it comes to people, whether or not they can handle you at full range. Some of you, there may be some spiritual warfare coming your way to make you feel like nobody can handle life with you, or somebody would be crazy to want to be with you or to want to put up with you, or that nobody can love you fully. And so some of you may be having a hard time just expressing yourself authentically, things like that. And that is something that is going to be ending very soon. I feel like there's going to be somebody coming into your life that is going to just, no matter what you do, it's going to seem like they don't walk away. They don't leave. They don't disappear. They could never look at you with any less love in their eyes. And some of you may be self-sabotaging pretty hard. You may have actually been there for other people who have done this as well at points in time in your life. And at this point, you might have decided, I fucking deserve to have somebody who's going to do the same for me. But remember that there does come a point when so don't let pride get in your way. Make sure that you are noticing, seeing, and appreciating the people that are standing in front of you. Your gratitude may be something that's being attacked at certain points at this time. Awesome, Amy Lynn. I will answer your question as soon as I'm done with this closeout message. What Tennessee? Whatever I can tell you about Tennessee. The very first thing that popped in my mind was somebody that I knew when I was 16 years old. I used to spend a lot of time at his house when I was supposed to be at school, and there was one time he mentioned it, just once, that I should be in school. He's like, but then again, I didn't either. And at the same time, look where I'm sitting today. Is this the life that you want? But I'd rather you be here where you're safe and comfortable because she was too young. But I had a really big crush on him. And we had discussed this later on. And actually, he reciprocated those same feelings for me, whether I was younger than her. An excuse to not be with her. One that he could feel good about. To be happy and grateful without owning anything is refreshing. And this refreshing reset has occurred in your life. So find your happiness, your gratitude, and your peace to find your way back out of this rabbit hole. When material aspects do not rule you anymore, you will be ready. And so at this time, a lot of you could be dealing with a lot of things being stripped away and having to keep a smile on your face, peace in your heart, hope in your heart, joy, happiness. You may be having to find gratitude for the smallest little fucking scrap when it comes to starving. You feel like you're starving. And it's like you can almost taste that mouth-watering feast in front of you. But all you can find is a crumb. And you're going to have to be satisfied with that crumb. You're going to have to be grateful for it and thankful for it. You're going to have to say a prayer and be like, thank you so much for this tiny little crumb. I am so grateful for it, and I appreciate it. If this is all I have, I'm still going to have a bounce in my step. And that is something that's going to break that spiritual warfare as well, especially that spiritual warfare that is affecting your finances in some way. That powerful of magic is something that can really counteract that dark magic coming in. It can counteract pretty much any area of that dark magic coming in. Gratitude for the person standing in front of you instead of getting so focused on their flaws and caught up in that overthinking energy that they may be sending your way. When it comes to your love life, really focus on the good things about that person sitting in front of you. Focus on those things. Compliment them on those things. Tell them how much you love those things. Nourish those things. Grow those things. And bloom them into something even greater. Instead of going, yeah, that's great, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? And then blooming and growing that decay. I'm not going to say that weed, because you know what? Weeds, 9 times out of 10, weeds are actually far more useful than a lot of the fucking plants we plant and grow around us every day. Plus, they're hardy, they're strong, they survive through anything. And most of them can be made in into some form of medicine. But we don't want those natural forms of medicine around us. God forbid us actually be able to do something to heal ourselves, right? God forbid we actually believe in those things working. Some people think you're absolutely nuts just for believing that you can heal yourself with some fucking chamomile tea. But you can. So, this change in cycles in your life that is coming in for you right now, updating and upgrading the rituals that you're doing to protect yourself, to protect your peace of mind, your connections, your relationships, all the things that you're doing to increase this attitude of gratitude instead of feeling like you're lacking so much in your life. All of that is bringing this beautiful, amazing finish for you. You have learned how to be at peace even in the lowest of lows, how to keep that stability, that strength, that happiness, and that joy. Now you're getting ready to learn how to keep it when you're at the top, because it can be just as hard to keep it when you're at the top. I was discussing with somebody recently, no wonder why Robin Williams killed himself. Who wouldn't, sitting in that position? Sitting there helping everyone you know every single day to love themselves, to feel beautiful, to feel amazing, putting everything you are into healing this world and loving this world and caring for this world, and not having one person around you, not one, that genuinely loves you, cares about you, and waters you the same way. Because just about everybody that's around you wants something from you, and most of them want your money. Of course, that's a dark, miserable, cold world. But hey, you survived the bottom. I bet you'll be able to survive that too. There's going to be a lot to learn there. You learned what you needed to learn here. And now you're on your way up so you can learn what you need to learn there. And one of those things you are needing to learn too is that you are loved, valued, appreciated for far more than just your money. Because you're also loved for this compassion, care, empathy, kindness, the support, nurturing, and stability that you provide for everyone around you. your commitment, your loyalty, the stability within you, the strength within you. And this is the seed that you pass on to everyone around you. Every time you reach out your hand and give them that hand up, you tell them that there are people who care in this world, and they become those people who care in this world because you inspired them to do the same in their world around them. So, this collective is fucking amazing, and the angels that you are on this planet is definitely lucky to have. Even if sometimes we are lucky to have some of the things on this planet too. This planet is definitely lucky to have us. So, Miss Amy Lynn, about Tennessee, first time you've ever paid for anything like this, because somehow, some way, I do not want to know, but I need to know about Tennessee. I understand that. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Huh, school bus transportation, nice. Yeah, the Robin Hood conversation. That was interesting. So, could be something about a counseling session or sitting in a waiting room. Light being shined on a certain situation. Done, finished, over, no more. Honor system. A phone call. You know, it's funny. About 80% of your calls while you were in jail come from Tennessee.
Huh.
Yeah. Or on Denny's phone, it comes in a woman's name, which is odd.
Oh, yeah. It's odd.
And it doesn't matter which number because it's a different number at a time.
Huh.
It's fucking weird, right?
Yeah, it is fucking weird.
His phone apparently is very glitchy. Love is coming. Honor system. So you're going to be leaving something behind. You're going to be finishing something. You're going to be letting go of something. You're going to be deciding, oh, fuck no. This is just one step too far, and I can't fucking do that shit. And as you close that door, there's going to be a new door opening. And you're going to be fighting very hard to maintain the energy of the honor system that you generally allow people to have, where you allow that trust beforehand. And as they break that trust is removed. But it can be very hard sometimes when you're dealing with some trust issues from the past to be able to be in that energy. So you might be having to break free of that. And that could definitely, I really feel like the part of this reading that might resonate with you too was when we were talking about earlier being able to it blanked out. Being able to break free.
Speaking of glitches.
Well, you know what? I figure when I forget something like that, I apparently wasn't supposed to talk about it at that moment. If I remember it, then I was supposed to talk about it at that moment.
Right.
I don't know. If I never remember it till like 5 days later, I'm like, well, apparently I wasn't supposed to tell that person. Messages. There might be some sort of incoming messages, and I feel like there might have been messages that you found in the past. Could even something. Listen closely to the messages that are coming your way. Some sort of news. News received. So you might actually be getting a letter as well. Or might get a message on Facebook or something. Often overlooked but totally golden. Somebody may be wanting to reach out in some way. This could even be somebody that you have been over and done with. You're welcome. Nice. The first man you've been with in 15 years is in Tennessee. Okay, so that's probably a lot of that message's energy too. Pay attention to the messages that are coming in though. There could be somebody that's getting ready to show up that you've been done and over with for a while. They may need to speak their mind, and it may not be something that you need for closure, but it may be something that they need for closure. And remember what it feels like when you don't get that closure. So allowing them to speak their mind might be very worth it. And you'll be blessed in some way for it. I can understand that. Emotional explosion, repressed emotions. I wanted to reach my full potential and you were in the way. So there could have been somebody that has been targeting you, or somebody that is, and you're sure that this guy is the guy that he says that he is, right? That it's not some form of, I can't remember what it's called, catfishing. Have you looked into him, things like that? Okay. I don't even know how that got in that. Felt like in the way of them being able to reach their full potential, or somebody that felt like you were less than. And that could be a lot of the reason you're choosing to date the way you are at this point too, so that things can slowly open up and progress. Nice. Okay, cool. Everybody make sure they're not being and there could be something that is causing you to be peaceful when it's resting. Maybe feeling very calm about the situation on a pretty regular basis. Let's see how he feels. You have the Queen of Wands. He's very inspired by you. Inspired by what you say or what you write. Okay, there is 2 women here. And the Queen of Wands a lot of times can represent a third party. And he's on the honor system, 800 miles away from you. It's amazing how much you can get away with when you only see somebody 5 times in a year and a half. So you may want to kind of delve into things and see, possibly. Not saying that's the most right thing to do, especially when people get so upset being done to them, but there's a lot of people too that would say you would be stupid not to do it. I don't know. But there may be something getting ready to come to a head in some sort of way. He definitely feels like you're loyal, committed, stable, strong, like you're very valuable. And I feel like you inspire him to want to express himself more, which definitely means that his heart is in it a bit more as well. He does have a lot of love for you. But you know what? Death. Cruelty. The governess. He definitely feels like you'd make a good mother. Babysitter. He feels like you're good with children. He feels like you're a good teacher. Like you're somebody who goes after your desires as well. And like you're somebody who you learn very quickly. If you stick your finger in a fire and it burns you, you're not going to stick your finger in that fire again. It did it again. Sorry about that. It's overheating at this point. But I don't have a whole lot of gas to get back to town with, so I kind of have to keep it off. Anyway, definitely feels like you are somebody that really is very intelligent. Not only are you very intelligent, you pick up on things very quickly, you are very skilled at being able to teach others as well. Did somebody say something neat in the messages or something? Somebody may see the cruelty of somebody else they're dealing with. He feels like you are higher than him when it comes to the loyalty and commitment you have for this situation. And also, you are this person who's going to care about what you want to care about, nurture what you want to nurture. You are somebody who is going to be loyal and committed to what you feel like is best for you and your family, things like that. He is somebody who is going to please others, make others happy, maybe even his mom. It's going to be others above himself. And his loyalty and his commitment is given only as far as the people in his life think that it should be. So he really listens to the opinions of others. He definitely looks at you as very motherly. Maybe he could be feeling like you could bring a child into his life. He may also feel like he has done everything he needs to do to make sure to please you in whatever ways that he needs to please you to keep you coming back as well. There's definitely a lot of energy here, though, where he feels like you'd make a good mother for his children. But he also... Is your guys' sex life spicy? Or is it kind of plain dull? Or it may just even be that purity, that good, that integrity-filled, moral having, high energy that he feels like you're in and feels like you are. That he may feel like he can't do what he wants to do sexually. So he may be looking to gain that from somewhere else. Even if he wants to have a family with you, he may be the type that would keep a mistress the entire time. Like I'm pretty sure my ex-husband did. It might be, yeah. Especially since you guys could build that connection that way. He may even feel like he learns a lot from you himself as well. Especially when it comes to loyalty, stability, commitment, kindness, care, generosity. Taking care of others, loving others, growing things. And also not being so committed to doing what everybody else thinks he should do. So that's pretty much what I got for you, sweetheart. And that was pretty much what I had for today for you too. It would be awesome to hear what you guys had to say about it in the comments below. Whether or not you like it, whether or not it resonates, things going on in your life. Really love to hear from you guys. And it really helps me out so much when you guys support my channel in any way that you do, whether it be through the commenting like that, liking, sharing, subscribing, making purchases or donations. Everything that you guys do to help me out in whatever way helps me to be able to be, or helps me to be able to support myself as I'm here to support each of you regularly. So thank you for that. It's kind of like the Public Broadcasting Corporation, where these services are provided by the viewers like you. So thank you guys so much for everything you do to help me in my life so I can be here to help others in their lives. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day. You're very welcome, sweetheart. And I will see you next time.